Oh boy. Oh boy. I got nailed for blowing a stop sign again. Say it ain't so. Not another one. Yep, it's so. And it's about as dumb as you can get. It's way dumber than the other one that I allegedly blew. This one's way dumber. So I'm gonna get fuel here. I'm in Rome, Texas. So I'm gonna get fuel here and talk to you guys about it while we're fueling up. All right, y'all, that reefer is being noisy, so hopefully it is set that right there. Hopefully that'll keep recording. So anyway, what happened was I'm in Rome, Texas right now at the Loves, and what happened was I get this alert on my watch. I got a Apple Watch, and I get this alert that there's a major accident on 287 that's directing traffic off the interstate. And of course, that is what happened. So, so get off the interstate, and which, by the way, we came over this hill. Y'all gonna be blocked by my glove here for a second. Came over this hill, and there was a trooper in the middle of the interstate blocking off the basically blocking you from going forward, and he almost got creamed by a flatbed, and like he was in a really bad spot. Hang on a second, let me put you here for a second. So it's a really bad situation altogether. So we had to drive basically 7 miles on the side roads, which ended up working out okay for me because 7 miles basically was to Rome, Texas, where I was getting fuel anyway at the Loves here. But about midway through, now there's troopers that are running in front of this row of trucks, right? So about, I don't know, 10 trucks up ahead of me, there's a trooper that's just kind of guiding everybody down this detour. And I could see on the interstate there's like these surveyors and all this stuff, so they're doing a big investigation on a crash or something like that. So this is on a side road in the middle of the night. I don't know, 1:32 in the morning, whatever time it is. And we're all following this trooper on this detour because 287's closed for between 7 and 10 miles. Now there's a couple stop signs, probably 3 or 4 along that route. Set you guys back there for a second. A couple stop signs along that route. And none of these vehicles are stopping for the stop signs because we're all following. There's nobody else out there. We're all following the pilot car through this way. Now, this is what I was talking about the other day. We, as the drivers, know the real world around us. We are intelligent. This shit in the truck is not intelligent. It can't figure any of this out. It's just programs. It's just numbers, math, programs. That's all it is. I don't need that much fuel. This is probably the last trip I'm going to get on this pay period, so I'm trying to get just enough to pull. Plus, it's a little bit cheaper where I'm delivering. So anyway, we get to the stop sign, and there's basically nobody stopping. Now, I came to almost a complete stop. I wasn't even thinking about the damn camera, but I didn't come to a complete stop, and of course, what do you think happened? If you guessed that the camera freaked out on me because I didn't come to a complete stop and I got an event recorded, you are correct. That's exactly what happened. Now, a camera has no idea. Camera has no idea that that we're all following a trooper. So it basically just assumes that I blew a stop sign. It doesn't know about the real world situation that we're all going through. It doesn't know about all the variables. It doesn't know the actual reality that we're all out there experiencing. So again, you're gonna call this shit, this new technology, as Lyle likes to say, all smart and intelligent and shit. That is not correct. Not accurate. It's kind of chilly, man. I think it's only like 36 degrees, but it feels kind of chilly. I gotta get DEF, I gotta get reefer fuel, I gotta get all the works. So anyway, this is exactly what I was talking about in my artificial ignorance. I mean, this shit's retarded. So the big problem I have with this, now you could say, okay, it's not really a big deal. You'll just, if Prime wants to throw a fit, if safety wants to call, they can get it removed or you can dispute it or whatever. Here's my complaint about is that at some point that is logged into a database. All this shit with maintain safe distance or anything that it's yelling at me for, that's going into a database somewhere. Whether it gets sort of deleted from your profile or whether it actually creates an event or anything like that is not relevant. What's relevant is that at some point that stuff got logged into a database where your name, probably your CDL, your Prime ID, everything, your truck number, all is associated with these constant logs that are not relevant and don't make me unsafe. And I wouldn't change anything about my decision whether the stupid camera was there or not. So this is a big, on the liability side, I have a big problem with this. Because at some point down the road, even though I have a safe record, I'm a good driver, I've got all my shits together right on all this stuff, at some point down the road, someone, be that a court or whatever, could go and say, well, look at all this stuff in his database. Look at, he doesn't maintain safe distance, even though my average safe distance is 4 seconds according to the thing. But a really good attorney, right, could argue, damn, man, I'm gonna lose some calories on this freaking thing. A really good attorney could argue that I run stop signs all the time and that I don't maintain a safe distance and all this stuff, even though I'm completely safe and it's all bullshit. So again, it's a perfect example this morning of just how this thing is just entirely retarded. Is that am I going to be the only one out of the hundreds of trucks that were following this trooper down the side road on 287 at 2 or 3 in the morning, whatever time it is right now, that does a full stop at the stop sign when we're all clearly doing what we're directed to do? Because the camera doesn't know that. It's not smart like us. It can't think like us. It can only do math. And it can only do the math that it's programmed to do by someone, probably someone who's not a driver and who's never been a driver. So, I can see how a lot of these examples are going to occur. In the coming days, weeks, and months. Which, by the way, don't anybody say, oh, Eric, you don't have your security code set up on your truck. Yes, I do. I just already had the key turned to the right. so that I didn't have to come enter the code to start my truck to move to the reefer. I always do that because as little time as possible as I can put between me filling the DEF and pulling the truck forward for the reefer is good, so the damn thing doesn't reset. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me finish this up and I'll get back with you guys here shortly. Oh, so what was I talking about? Shit, I forgot what I was talking about or where I left off. Man, I don't even know where I left off. Anyway, I just, it's you're probably going to see a lot of us on YouTube talking about these cameras because Prime obviously has a lot of cameras, or a lot of drivers, a lot of trucks, and now we got even more trucks since we're making some moves that expand our lanes. I'll just put it that way. Although I don't know if all those trucks are going to I doubt those trucks are going to have cameras, but you're probably going to be seeing a lot of this kind of video. And if you are a Prime driver and you've got these cameras, you're probably going to experience some of this stuff. Now, the only two, I haven't had distracted driving. I haven't had, well, no, I think I had that for back before the update. I don't know if they updated the software or what, but I'm telling you, Margaret here, and that's my camera's name, Marge doesn't bitch at me for much of anything anymore other than maintaining safe distance. I'll get maintained safe distance probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a night. Even though I do maintain safe distance. Let me see what my distance is. I'm really curious. I bet that knocked my score weight. Well, it's still showing my score. Let's see. So I haven't gotten points knocked off. It's still showing my rank is 51 out of 5,400 drivers. Damn, Prime. 5,400 trucks now have the camera. That's a big jump. What was that? Oh yeah, my average following distance in seconds, it just says 4+. So I don't know if that means it's 5 or 4.5. I don't know what that, it just says 4+ for my, so my average follow distance is pretty damn good. So I don't know why Marge is over here bitching at me about maintaining safe distance. But I've had the 2 roll on a stop sign. And in both instances, I really kind of stand by it. I mean, in both instances, on a technicality, you could say, okay, I should have stopped totally and completely. But in both instances, if there was a trooper that saw it happen, there's no way in hell, in both instances, no way in hell they would cite me for it. No way. And in fact, on this one this morning, we were following a damn trooper. He blew the stop sign. So, the stuff that this thing is like logging on me, not one instance of it has been something that I'm like, okay, yeah, I probably should have got dinged on that. Not once. So I don't know, man. I just don't. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like this is the game we got to play now, and it's all part of the show, man. We're not going to be able to change anything. It bitching and moaning about it and all that isn't like it. This is what we have now, and it's just an annoyance that you have to deal with. It's kind of like the lane departure thing, and I don't know if it's just super sensitive in this truck, but my lane departure goes off if there's a crack in the road. Like it thinks a crack in the road is a line on the that I'm crossing. So that's a nuisance that over the years I've just gotten used to, and it's like whatever. If that here's how useless the lane departure system is for me in its original intent. If I hear that thing go off, all it is a reminder that I've failed to push the button again. to deactivate it for the 15 minutes or however long it stays deactivated. I make it a part of my drive to keep that light on as much as possible. Just so I don't have to hear it over, So I've just learned over the years that's just a nuisance in my truck. And really, at the end of the day, that's what this camera system's coming down to for me. It's just another nuisance. It's another distraction that I have in my truck. So we got this new distraction technology put in our trucks, and it just is what it is. Because that's all lane departure is. That's all collision warning is. It's all that stuff just distracts me. None of it. My instinct when this thing says collision warning is to throw more fuel in the engine, to override it. That's now my instinct. I don't think that's the intent. The intent was, if that thing goes off, you need to be on the brakes. But what actually happens is, if that thing goes off, we're on the fuel pedal. So tell me that's not a distraction, and kind of has the opposite effect there. You know what I'm saying? How much further do I have to go? 150 miles. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. In other news, I was going to take a siesta on YouTube for the end of the year, and I was just going to sign off here in the next couple of videos, and Jenna was like, nope, got to keep it going, because I definitely get punished if I don't make a video for a couple weeks. YouTube just, and it sucks right now because most of y'all are sort of checking out. I mean, if you're watching this video, you're probably not in the most camp. But what I've noticed now that I'm a couple years into YouTubing is, usually when you start hitting the second week of December, YouTube views just go boom, because everybody's kind of unplugging from it. If people start going home, they don't give a shit about sitting around watching YouTube videos. But YouTube definitely punishes me. So I'm definitely going to keep making videos through the end of the year and try to stay as consistent as possible, because I don't want to have to crawl out of that again. But I am going home this weekend. So one more load. I'm picked tomorrow. I better be dispatched on my go home load. So that's kind of, I'll probably only have one or two more videos from the road before Christmas, and we'll probably do some lives while I'm home, and I'll be doing some videos for members to kind of get them up to date on some of the stuff happening out there. What's funny about this Loves at Rome in Rome, Texas, is that I very distinctly recall 2 previous videos that I've made at this Loves. One of them probably 7 or 8 months ago, and then one maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It's kind of weird. I mean, you're just in this random Loves in the middle of nowhere, and you can remember other videos that you've made at this place. Anyway, if you have the camera out there, I would love to know what you're getting dinged on. What are you getting hit with? I know Peruvian Trucker said that he's getting hit with distracted driving. I have not, since they did the update or whatever it was a couple weeks ago. Margaret here does not talk shit to me anywhere near as much as she did before that. Like I would have, I don't know what I'd have to do to get her to bitch at me now about just random stuff while I'm driving. But she mouths off left and right about maintaining safe distance. Anytime I'm trying to pass a vehicle, she's going to yell at me. Maintain safe distance. So I'd love to know what you guys are seeing the most of. All right, guys, I'm going to get rolling. Go deliver this load and see what's up next, and see where we go from here. So be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.